Alrighty, welcome to Romera Records virtual cast. Today we have on Frankie Smallz. How's it going, man?
It's going great. Yeah.
So I'd love to start off with how we figured out about each other because I have no idea how you ran into Joseph Lumpkin.
Yeah.
Do you like know him really well, or you just ran into him?
I mean, we I needed a bondsman at one point,
Oh,
like 8 years ago. And so
wow.
he owns a bondsman company, and I didn't know who he was. And he didn't know that I was an artist or anything for all those 8 years. And then all of a sudden, I guess he got wind of me being an artist, and he hit me up. And I don't know, we just started talking, and he's like a very deep intellectual character, you know what I'm saying? And that's intriguing to me. So conversation just led on to him being an author, like a published #1 author and all that stuff. And it's like amazing. And the books that he writes is crazy. Like the knowledge that he withholds, man, it's a lot. And he's a great dude.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the dude's done so much stuff in his life, and
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. And do you know Bray, his son?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I know him for sure. I used to throw parties back in around where they live,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think I do know him, but I'm not for sure. I didn't meet him recently when I was with him.
Oh, okay. So I think I'm 30 and he's like
Yeah,
a couple years younger than me.
yeah,
And we went to high school together. We were like best friends growing up. So um it's really interesting just like the fact that you knew him. And I was like, I wonder if Bray knows Frankie. I don't even know how that goes, but
yeah.
so yeah, let's basically just jump into what you're currently doing. Well, I guess we could start back with so for everybody who doesn't know Frankie Smalls, he is a rapper and a pretty good one at that. So let's go back to when you started doing music.
I started in ninth grade. It was just all like fun and games. I wrote poetry in high school, and so like and throughout middle school and all that. And ninth grade, I wrote a song for my girlfriend, and for Valentine's Day, I was just trying to be romantic, like slick on the low, not like tell everybody. And she showed somebody in school and gave like sent the copy over to their phone, and then they blasted it through the school, and everybody was like holding their phone up to the speaker and making it their ringtone and their damn voicemail. So it just ended up like all my friends come to me, like everybody in the school was like their phone would ring and it'd be my song, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, this ain't supposed to be like this. and then and then after that, it went to like where it was like all my friends were like, make party music, like let's don't be on that lovey dovey shit. so so I don't know, bro. I just started making music one day, and then 2 weeks later, I had a whole mixtape called Little Rich White Boy, and it went from there.
Dang. So when you were first doing that and everybody's like starting liking your stuff, like did you immediately think that, oh yeah, I mean I could probably do something cool with this, or were you kind of sketched out about it?
No, I mean, I wasn't really sketched out about it. I don't know. I've always been like a center of attention type of guy, like back then. I've changed a lot now, but and that comes with growth and maturity. But like it really started with like me just wanting to be the life of the party. I'm a very uplifting spirit, no matter what my day is like, what kind of negative, depressing shit I'm going through. I'll never put that on somebody else because you don't ever know what that person is dealing with that they ain't said nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know, it all like came from that, I guess. And I didn't even know what depression was and all that shit back then because I didn't care. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like me having the knowledge that I have now, knowing what I was doing then, it was all in my path anyway to
Mm,
do what I was doing. Cause I I give people this is my purpose to my music is like I give people the light at the end of the tunnel who are searching for tomorrow, which is everybody. Because everybody has something that's not going right, whether you're rich, whether you're broke, whether you're the best person or the worst person. You all have trials and tribulations, and you're all searching for that answer for that one thing that may be bothering you most. And that's what I want to give light to. Like, I want to give light to people that feel like they don't have any kind of chance to accomplish that at the end of the day, because that's what I felt like. I growing up, I didn't have anybody to lead me in a direction. I led myself through mottos and different things like that. Like, I never set goals or like made promises or plans, because that always breaks. And like, I was always let down so much that I couldn't take any more of that. You know what I'm saying? So I set mottos as like, get with it or get gone. That's been my motto since I was 16 years old. And that was a motivational motto for me, you
Mm,
know, like to get off my ass and go get it, or you don't do it at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of person.
mm. Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult for some people to really just have that kind of mentality to just, go all in and do what they want to do. Like a lot of people always use this phrase that a girl I had on my podcast, she was saying a lot of people wait to give themselves permission to do
Yeah,
stuff. It's like, just do it. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got to wait on somebody else trying to get you to do something.
facts.
So where are you actually from?
I'm originally from Lafayette, Louisiana. I started my music in Birmingham, Alabama. I moved to Birmingham when I was about 15 years old, and then my mom got a divorce with my stepdad, and then we moved out there, and then we just started over fresh, and then it went from there. That's where so Birmingham is where I originally started my music.
Mm. So now you're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm between Atlanta, Savannah, and Orlando. I just my studio is in Orlando. All my meetings and all the labels and everything is in Atlanta, and then I'll be out in the Savannah a lot.
Okay. So when you I guess like your music per se, do you feel like you have an affiliation with a certain area or anything? I mean, you grew up in Louisiana, then you moved to Alabama, which I always say, me being from Alabama, they don't have a sound. Like
No, I mean, well, they kind of do nowadays, but like, I don't. My sound is like, it's really none of those places.
Mm,
It's everywhere. You know, like my sound that you hear on the internet is not what it is today. You
mm,
know, like, because like, I haven't released anything in a year, about a year now, and like, I've completely transitioned from like trap music to more pop alternative music. I do more emotional type of music. I got in tune with myself and who I really am, and I'm not. I s- I, I don't want to be the artist that has to be the tough guy all the time on some negative shit, some guns and some drugs and some killing and all that. 'Cause that's not even me. Like, I talk about the shit that artists hide behind that stuff, because
mm.
they might not be a shooter or a killer or whatever you want to label it. They might really be just a broken person trying to put a front on to make another motherfucker think that they this and that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I mean, that's completely true. And the crazy thing is people like the music that's more feelings based and emotional because they can relate to it. Not everybody can relate to being a shooter or nothing like that. Like you can
Yeah.
relate to having emotions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you are that type of an artist, do you feel like it's tough to be able to get your emotions out there to people, or do you feel like, well, everybody else is probably mad or happy or sad, so they just relate?
I mean, you can't really deny. No dude can really deny that they've never felt a heartbreak before. You know what I'm saying? Or no woman can ever say that she ain't had her heart broken before. So like, that's a lot of my music stems from heartbreak and letdown. And it's not just about a relationship. It's really, I take the relationship and as the subliminal message, but really I could be talking about my career, but
Mm,
just hide it behind the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm I got a song called "If I Had One Wish," and it's talking about, if I had one wish, I wish my last my wish. If I had one wish, I wish my wish would last forever.
Mm.
So I take that wish, and I'm talking about in the song, I'm talking about like being in a relationship, but really I'm really talking to myself about my career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like it's a lot of subliminal messages, and that's what I had to learn throughout the years of is how to not be so direct on what I'm talking about, and how to talk in riddles and talk in codes and read between the lines, because I mean a lot of people can't take the realness of a situation. It could make them crumble. And so like if you're making a lot of music talking about a lot of depressing things, I don't want to make a person depressed. I want to tell them I got through that situation and this is what it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you nailed it with the some people just can't take, the certain emotions and feelings because it's a lot of people, as you were saying earlier, like artists will talk about other things to suppress, what they truly feel and stuff like that. So it can be kind of rough for some people.
Yeah.
I think music is an outlet that a lot of people use to be able to get those kind of thoughts and feelings out there. So
But then they don't even talk about that stuff though. They it is an outlet, but people talk about, instead of talking about what's bothering them, they use their anger to tell them what they're gonna do to somebody for making for because they're feeling some type of way that ain't got nothing to do with all that. It's just to bring another motherfucker down.
yeah, yeah. And I think that what you evolved into, you were saying that you were doing more of the trap music at first, and well, you did, party music and the trap music, and then now the music that you do now. I think that is, it seems like that's a lot of people's maturity, that
Yeah.
they tend to show. Do you feel like your audience has kind of stayed with you while you transition?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have, but I'm not gonna lie. When I started using auto tune, I lost a lot of fans because I used to not use auto tune, but
Hmm.
like when I started using that, a lot of my people, and still to this day, they'll be like, why you use auto tune? Because I guess I kind of rely on auto tune. It gives me confidence when I'm singing, you know, because I really don't need it. But at the end of the day, like if you're taught to put your shoe on, then tie your shoes, then you're gonna put your shoe on and tie your shoes every time. You're not gonna just leave your shoes tied and slip your shoe on, because that's not how you're taught. It's a muscle memory. It's the, you know, so like that's how I kind of take to auto tune. I use that auto tune as like a crutch when I really should just go in like natural, you know.
So
But
you said it's been a year since you released music. Is that something that you planned, or you're just kind of going with the flow?
I was locked in contracts, and I was waiting for my term to end, and
Mm.
so now it's over with, and I'm just getting all my ducks in a row to release. Like, and once I release the first batch of music, I'm gonna pile it on after that. Probably
Oh.
like probably like every 3 months, because I've got like over 2,000 songs recorded. Yeah, I
That-
record myself, bro. I'm an engineer too.
oh my God.
Like I don't do anything, bro. I don't go out. I mean, I have been lately going out, but I really don't. I really I was in a relationship like 10 years,
Mm.
you know, and then we split up, and I got in another relationship very shortly after that, and like 3 months later, and I did everything that I didn't do in the relationship before, I did in that relationship. So like everything that I should have done before, I did in that relationship. So I stopped going out. I stopped like talking to girls that I shouldn't have been talking to and shit. Like I wanted to be a better dude.
Mm.
And so by me doing that, it kind of closed me out from the world. And so like all I did was record. Like I just was recording every day. And then I wasn't writing. I didn't write shit. So like I was freestyling, making music, and I would do like 10 songs a day, literally. And then like every day, bro, I was pushing out 10 songs a day, and I could show you. And it's all like, if I don't judge my music like it's me. I
Mm.
go out and I separate myself. I'm very I guess I don't know how you say it without saying it. I channel myself and feelings that I've once lived. I could place myself right there in that bubble, like
Mm.
it happened like today. You know what I'm saying? So I might be sitting at the damn microphone in tears, crying about some shit that happened a year ago, and after I'm done the song, I could pop out of it just like that and move on like it never happened. Cause I mean, it's just it's a gift that I've learned, and and it's a power that I've learned to use as a gift. That
Yeah.
could, yeah. So like, so like, I don't know, man. It's just things that I put in my head that make me be able to do certain things that a normal artist wouldn't do. Is that's I just always been trying to find a way to be different than everybody else because everybody's the same, bro.
Mm.
Everybody sounds the same. Everybody. I don't listen to no music. I listen to beats. I don't even listen to myself unless I'm showing somebody my music.
Mm.
You know, and like I'm starting to get that not the center of attention me back, but the more wanting that attention from people because I'm starting from scratch basically. I'm coming back beating the streets again with my feet and going try I gotta hustle. Like being an artist on the come up, bro, you gotta hustle for that shit. You don't that shit just don't get that's not given to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I rebranded and I've been doing everything like I did it when I was selling CDs at the gas station.
Hmm.
Like that it's just a brand new start. And so like I really want to just take my knowledge that I've gained over the past couple years. I want to give it to other artists that are coming up. And like it's hard for me to even like go to the kids. Like to the main thing is like this is a very hard industry, bro. And
Yeah.
you have to be mentally capable of like taking shit all the time. And like it's hard for me to sit there and tell a 10-year-old kid that comes up to me that they're like, I want to be like you. I want to be a rapper when I grow up and blah blah blah. It's hard for me to be like pursue that dream because like how do I know that that kid is going to be mentally capable to take that shit?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids that want that chase that dream and go and overdose on drugs, and it's not because they get money. It's because they can't take this shit from the industry that's dished out to them. Like you got to take this like a military training. Like they break you down and then build you up. I didn't understand that. I didn't know why these motherfuckers were cussing me out as I was going up the elevator to do an interview that I had to be Frankie Smallz on.
Mm.
Like I'm going up and I'm looking at them like, bro, I'm going up in here to do a interview and I got a smile. And you got me damn near in tears. Like what the fuck? You know, it's not me being emotional or a little, you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't that.
Yeah.
But it's just real. Like, why are you talking to me crazy?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
never got that shit, bro. And that like me telling a little kid to go put yourself in that shit. Nah, that's hard. That's a hard bullet to bite. But at the end of the day, if it's a dream, chase it. Cause I mean, who wants to be sitting 25 years old, so talented, like super talented, working a 9 to 5 job, knowing that they ain't supposed to be there?
mm,
That feeling sucks, bro.
yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like the same situation as taking the shit that these people give you to make you become better for the industry, or just taking the shit from life gives you because you let your life set in by default.
Yeah.
Like I'm a creator of my destiny. I'm not ever gonna let something or someone tell me what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make the moves to do what I think I'm capable of doing.
So when you first started gaining any kind of traction or success in the music industry, like how did it feel? Like were you like, okay, this is it, or were you nervous? How did it
I
feel?
didn't believe it. I didn't. I promise you. I remember that feeling like it was yesterday, bro. I was sitting in a black Suburban with the very first person that ever invested in me, and we was on a phone call with the lady that did my marketing and promotions and stuff, and She said, Tuesday, your life's gonna change. And do you know how many Tuesdays my mind has done crossed by my life changing? I was like, yeah, okay. And then Tuesday came, bro. I was on every I was on every damn radio station. I was on every podcast. I went to the Grammys, I went to the Oscars, I went to everywhere, bro. And it's like it happened so fast. It's like it didn't even happen. Because at the end of the day, I wasn't able to create a cherishable memory because I was so focused on all the negative around me. And that is what brought me into being who I am today, because I got pictures of me on the red carpets at the Oscars, taking pictures with the people that win the Oscars, like all that shit. I shot a video with Kanye West's video people, and I haven't even released that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the video. So it's like, what was I doing? I went to Vegas, bro. I was sent to Vegas by myself, and I was the hottest artist in the country on the charts. I was number one on the DRT charts and the Cashbox charts. I was the number one on the top 200 independent global chart. I was number one for 6 months, and then I was number one on the Cashbox chart for like 7 months or 8 months, something like that. And I was sent to Vegas with $100 in my pocket, bro. Like, that's the shit that was blocking me from making a memory. Like, I was so mad. And then I got down there, I took that $100 bill. As soon as I walked in the hotel, I stuck it in a machine, in a casino machine, and I hit the button one time. I won $800. And I was like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I ain't coming back. I swear to God, look, I missed my plane 2 times. And then my manager brought it on purpose. My manager was pissed, bro. He was so mad. He was like, Frankie, if you don't get on this motherfucking plane, he was like, you're gonna be living in Vegas on the streets, because I'm not sending you another plane, not a bus. I ain't coming to get you. I was like, shit, I'm finna get on it. Where's my bag at? They had my bag at the counter because I didn't stay 2 days longer than I was supposed to. They was charging the card to the label. I was like, motherfucker, you want to send me down here with $100? You finna pay up.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
That's that reckless artist shit that you don't need to do.
Wise words from Frankie.
Yeah, don't do it.
So that experience, it's gotta just stick in your head as, you know, as a moment that you really just felt like, oh, I got to get my head together. You know what I mean? So what are some things that you feel like you've gathered over time as like lessons or whatever that has really helped you grow as an artist?
Don't chase fame. That's number one thing. Fame ain't gonna get you nowhere, bro. And like, eventually, if you're any kind of artist that has any kind of traction, or people are watching, you'll be approached eventually, and they're gonna ask you what you want out of being an artist, and if it's money, power, or fame. And if you don't answer that with what you truly want, and you got to think about it, it's a lot deeper than what the words mean, or what you think the words mean. And like, if you don't answer that correctly, then you'll be stuck with what you asked for the rest of your life, unless you find the one little peephole to get out of that. And there's only one. There's not any other. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, bro. No matter how talented you are, no matter how gifted you are, when you're asked that question, take that shit serious. Don't think it's some bullshit because you let every other situation in your past define the way you think right now. You know what I'm saying? Because that could block your blessings. And I can't say no more other than that, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel.
Yeah, you seem like you've, you know, just become better and better over time as you've had these experiences and tried stuff. And that's something that I really try to instill in people is just do things, you know, like you can't.
Trying is dying.
Yeah.
Either I'm all the way in or I'm all the way out, bro. I'm not no trying type of dude. I'm not the one that's gonna sit here and be like, oh well, I'm gonna go try to be a singer today, or I'm gonna go try to flip some burgers at Burger. No, I'm either gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. I don't do that half step stuff.
Yeah, and it's really important that people attempt to do that, because if you aren't really trying to get to where you really want to go, or you're not really trying to be successful in the thing that you want to do, then you're going to struggle, and you're going to mentally struggle to be able to get to that point of where you are successful, number one, and then number two, you're going to struggle to get to the point of where you can kind of get into a rhythm. Like you were saying, you were doing 10 songs a day.
Yeah.
If you never started, doing that kind of stuff and making yourself get in the studio, get in front of the mic and record, then you would
I would
never.
have never done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that if there's a type of person that's out there that really is trying to get to, I guess, a point to where they record like that,
Mhm.
do you think that they should do like what you did and just and make themselves do it, or do they need to come up with a plan? Like, what do you think?
I mean, everybody needs a plan, but like making music don't mean shit if it's sitting in your computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how many live streams you do, those people ain't always there that want to hear that song. And you make a great song and somebody hears it, they're not gonna go find your live down your list of lives that you got on Instagram every time. They want that shit in their playlist so they can click the button and go. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the main thing. Like if you're gonna create music, like I said, if you're gonna be in it, go all the way in or all the way out. You got to do the business side and the music side, because it's only 10% music really and 90% business.
Yeah.
And so that's been what I've taken this past year to learn, is the business side, because I was always handed everything to me because I was on contract. So that's what they wanted. Frankie, don't worry about the business. We got that. You just worry about being the rapper and being the artist and all the flashes. Like, nah, like that's why I didn't get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was sent to Vegas with $100. That's why all that shit was happening, because I wasn't up to par with the damn business side.
Yeah.
And so like if you make music, release that shit, because somebody out there is gonna like it. If it's one person or if it's 1 million people.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what a lot of artists kind of they get lost in, is they want a million people to love their music instead of just trying to focus on that one person that they could touch.
Exactly, bro. Like if you could touch one person is better. One solid fan is better than having 10 flaky fans to me. Because that one solid fan is gonna buy every shirt, every cup, every rubber band, every CD, every single, every whatever you drop, they're buying. Every ticket you got, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, if you have 1,000 of those rabbit fans like that, that's what I call them, rabbit fans, because they chase everywhere.
Mm.
And so like if you have 1,000 of those, you could be a millionaire every year.
That's true. And I try to tell artists that it's important that you focus in on that gap. A lot of times when people think of musicians, they think they're either broke or they're making millions of dollars a year. But it's like that there's an in between. You can make 50 grand a year or 20 grand a year just making music, and that's all you do. Like people forget about that stage in a career.
My bad. I gotta go pick up a rental car.
Oh, you're good. Do you want to wrap this up?
I mean, I don't want to, but I kind of need to, because I gotta go pick up this rental car at 8:30, and it's
Oh,
8:40.
let's go ahead and wrap
Hey,
this up.
do you do like how does your podcast work? Is it like do you do it every day or just whenever?
I really just do it whenever. But basically, we can do it again. We can do like a part two if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a part 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
At the same time.
Cool. Let's just
If
wrap this part up. I guess just go ahead and give everybody like your info and stuff, and then
Okay.
that way we'll already have it captured in case whatever happens. But
My bad. I'm about to take a trip to Atlanta. I gotta go.
you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. My Instagram is Frankie Smallz, FrankieSmallz. And then you can find me everywhere else with that same Frankie Smallz.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for doing this, and yeah, we'll try to do a part two.
Yeah, I'll contact you. I'll give you a call, and we could set up the time tomorrow, whatever, tomorrow evening, and then we'll finish it up there. I'll be settled in by then.
All right, dope. Well, thank you for doing this. I don't want to keep
Yeah.
you much longer, man.
No, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Like, I appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for everybody for tuning in. See you next time.